You're looking at the place where you killed my dragon? You hate reptiles, huh? Well, guess what? You are one! Wham! Ares turned Cadmus into a snake. Unfortunately, Queen Harmonia had just been walking up to check on her husband. She saw what had happened and shrieked, "Dad! What did you do?" "He deserved it," Ares snarled. "I love him! Change him back!" "Oh, you choose him over me? Is that how it is? Maybe you'd like to join him." Blam! He turned his own daughter into a snake, and the king and queen of Thebes slithered away. That's how Ares got his revenge. But when the snakes Cadmus and Harmonia died, Zeus sent their souls to Elysium so they could live together in peace and happiness forever. Just don't tell Ares. He'd probably go down there and whammy them all over again. As for Ares' other sacred grove, the one in Colchis, things were running a little differently over there. The king was a guy named Aeetes. As near as I can figure, that's pronounced Aeetes. He's a big claim to fame was that the golden fleece, the magical sheepskin rug that I'm related to, ended up in his kingdom, which made the place immune to disease, invasion, stock market crashes, visits from Justin Bieber, and pretty much any other natural disaster. Aeetes wasn't a son of Ares, but he was a big-time worshipper. He would go out of his way to start wars and kill as many people as possible, just so he could get extra points in the Ares reward program. Pretty soon, King Aeetes had scored all kinds of swag. Ares sent his second dragon son to guard the golden fleece, which hung in an oak tree in Aeetes' sacred grove. The dragon was only friendly to Aeetes, so it would let the king gather its teeth. Then Aeetes would go to the special field of Ares and plant the teeth to get himself a fresh crop of skeletal warriors whenever he needed some. But he didn't have just any old John Deere tractor. Ares gave the king a special plow pulled by a metal fire-breathing oxen. And to keep the king safe from the fire, Ares gave him a set of fireproof, bulletproof, everything-proof armor that Ares had won during the war with the giants, which is a whole nother story. As if the metal oxen, the skeleton warriors, and the dragon weren't enough security, Aeetes also built a wall around the entire city so no one could get close to the field or the grove. Considering that his kingdom of Colchis was pretty much at the end of the known world, the chances of anybody coming to steal his golden fleece were pretty slim. Of course, somebody came to steal his golden fleece. The dude's name was Jason, but that's also a big long story for some other time. For now, we'll leave Aeetes in Colchis, all smug and confident and worshipping Ares and thinking, yeah, I'm cool. But even the god of war couldn't get away with killing people all the time. Sometimes Ares had to explain himself to the other gods. In fact, he was defendant in the Olympian first and only godly murder trial, the pilot episode for Law and Order, Olympus. It happened like this. There was this jerkish demigod son of Poseidon named Halorithorius. I'm not going to claim the dude as a brother. His name alone should tell you he was no good. Sounds like some kind of throat disease. I think I'll just call him Hal. Anyway, Hal lived in Athens. He fell in love with this beautiful Athenian princess named Alcippe, who happened to be the daughter of Ares. But Alcippe didn't want anything to do with him. A son of Poseidon? Gross. Hal wouldn't give up. He followed Alcippe everywhere, stalked her on Facebook, sabotaged her dates, and basically acted like a creep. Then one night Hal cornered Alcippe in an alley. When she tried to get away, he knocked her to the ground. She started screaming and kicking and yelling, "Help!" Finally she thought to say, "Dad! Ares!" That did the trick. Ares appeared in a flash and yanked the young man away from Alcippe. "Mess with my daughter?" Ares bellowed so loud he made the kid's cheeks flap with the G-force. "Sorry, sir," Hal said. "I give up. Don't hurt me." "Oh, I won't hurt you," Ares promised. "I'll kill you." The war god pulled a knife and turned Hal into demigod Swiss cheese. Then he slammed the kid on the ground and kicked his lifeless body a few times for good measure. The scene was so gruesome it was in the news for weeks. All the mortal commentators were asking, godly violence against mortals? Has it gone too far? And basically giving Mount Olympus a bunch of bad press. Poseidon demanded that Ares stand trial for murder, since Hal was his son. Ares exploded. "It was self-defense."